Hey, how you doing? It's Mr. Garrowlord here with another installment of Another Point of View. I'm feeling pretty wired right now. Got myself running on caffeine and some really amazing sleep. Feeling pretty pumped up right now. Let's start this off with everyone's favorite segment, Nature Hates Us. Today's story centers around the state of Florida, located in southeast of the continental United States of America. As it would turn out, the state known for having a growing number of invasive species entering it today has yet another invader. Hold on to your hats, Floridians, because if you thought Burmese pythons were bad, wait until you hear about this new animal. Meet the Nile crocodile, native to many parts of the continent of Africa. This toothy bastard is capable of growing up to 18 feet long and is the second largest crocodilian after the saltwater crocodile. The Nile crocodile is a generalist predator. What that means is it has many different types of prey, from birds to fish to reptiles to amphibians to large mammals, including cattle and, yes, humans. This crocodile, which did I mention is known for being very aggressive, because it is, it has all the characteristics necessary to really wreak havoc in the habitats of Florida. Now, before the people of the state of Florida begin sounding alarm bells, perhaps it's best if I include a small disclaimer. It's not official that the Nile crocodile is spreading uncontrollably in Florida. So far, researchers have found 3 in the state of Florida, and DNA testing has revealed they are likely brought in to the state illegally. All the crocodiles also matched genetically, which means they are related, and it's quite possible this is just one isolated bunch as opposed to a spreading population. The same team of researchers, though, have blatantly stated it is very unlikely the 3 crocodiles captured are the only ones out there. I don't know much about the people of Florida, but I know if I was living in that state, I wouldn't just sit idly by and let the Wildlife Commission say, "Nothing to worry about here, folks." When an aggressive crocodile, estimated to be the cause of about 200 human deaths per year in Africa, and has the potential to become a regular sight in the Sunshine State, you probably should do something about it. Oh, the Nile crocodile. Just another example of how nature hates us. Okay, enough gloom and doom. Time to honor some heroes. Heroes come in many forms, as well as shapes and sizes. And as today's segment will show, humans aren't the only creatures capable of being heroes. 2 recent stories highlight this statement perfectly. Since the last segment took place here, I figured I'd go with this story first. It takes place in the state of Florida. My gosh, it's like the American version of Australia down there. So about 2 weeks ago, a family in Tampa, Florida had their children and pet German Shepherd outside playing in the front yard, when a rattlesnake, yes listeners, there are rattlesnakes in Florida, the snake came very close to the family's 7-year-old daughter, Molly. What would have likely been a very tragic event was prevented when the family's 2-year-old German Shepherd by the name of House stepped between the rattlesnake and Molly to protect her. House suffered 3 bites from the rattlesnake in the scuffle with the reptile. He was taken to the Blue Pearl Veterinary Hospital, where he was given a steady drip of antivenom to combat the venom. And I'm happy to say, as of this past Thursday, House has recovered enough to go back home to see his owners, who are no doubt grateful for him saving Molly's life. But that's not the only story of a heroic dog to recently occur, listeners, because this past Tuesday, May 17th, a man by the name of Reed Roberts was running in the forest for the World Provincial Park, located in British Columbia, Canada, when he unsuspectingly encountered a mother black bear and her 2 cubs. With little time to react, the bear went into attack mode on Reed. It swatted at him, and Reed was left trying to defend himself while pinned to the ground. Things would have probably not turned out so well for Reed had it not been for his running partner. That running partner was his dog, by the name of Pacer, who rushed to help Reed fend off the attack by the black bear, biting its legs from behind and giving Reed enough time to crawl away behind some bushes. The bear, however, decided to attempt to rush Reed a second time, to which Pacer once again drew the bear away from an injured Reed further down the path, and once the bear was far enough, Pacer managed to get away unscathed. Reed was taken to a hospital following the attack and had to get 16 stitches for his wounds, but had it not been for his dog Pacer, it might have been a different story. So here's to you, Hoss and Pacer, and the many other great canine companions in the world who save the lives of their owners when they're in trouble, even if it means getting in harm's way themselves. Your valor and your loyalty definitely earns you the title of hero. Thank you. Okay, last segment. Here's a recommendation. Today's story is a classic, and a short one at that. The story is called The Boy Who Cried Wolf by Aesop. It's one of his fables, actually. It's about a young shepherd boy who, unable to find a way to amuse himself, decides to call out in panic that a wolf is menacing his sheep. To which nearby villagers respond by rushing to the hillside to help drive away the wolf, only to find the boy is lying. The villagers, angry at having their time wasted, scold the boy for this and tell him not to do it again unless there is a real wolf. But he does it again and makes the villagers even more upset. Later on in the afternoon, a real wolf shows up, to which the boy calls out for help once again, only to have his pleas this time go unanswered. The moral of the story for you. Hey, how you doing? It's Mr. Garrowlord here with another installment of Another Point of View. I'm feeling pretty wired right now. Got myself running on caffeine and some really amazing sleep. Feeling pretty pumped up right now. Let's start this off with everyone's favorite segment, Nature Hates Us. Today's story centers around the state of Florida, located in southeast of the continental United States of America. As it would turn out, the state known for having a growing number of invasive species entering it today has yet another invader. Hold on to your hats, Floridians, because if you thought Burmese pythons were bad, wait until you hear about this new animal. Meet the Nile crocodile, native to many parts of the continent of Africa. This toothy bastard is capable of growing up to 18 feet long and is the second largest crocodilian after the saltwater crocodile. The Nile crocodile is a generalist predator. What that means is it has many different types of prey, from birds to fish to reptiles to amphibians to large mammals, including cattle, and yes,